What is it going to take for people who are in software graphical user interface development to understand that they don't need to treat users as though they are infantile, moronic babies who can't do anything for themselves and who don't know what they're doing when they're using a user interface? Every single user interface that I use, whether it's on software or on a website, is crowded with absolutely superfluous, unnecessary nonsense, whereby you are told 5 different ways that you have done something that you know you've already done. The bane of these graphical user interfaces, I think, the worst thing among the bad things, is the hover function. I think that the person who designed the hover function, they made a mistake, because I know where the mouse is and I don't want things popping up all over the place unexpectedly just because I happened to move the cursor to a particular point on the screen. I don't ever want that. I never ever, so long as I live, will want that, and I can't get rid of it. Before the advent of the hover function, graphical user interfaces were reasonable. Now it's madness, all because some moron decided, oh, if I move the if the person moves the cursor over something, something should happen. Well, no, it shouldn't. It's exactly the same as, imagine if you were walking around in your house and you happened to look at a cupboard, a closed cupboard door, and all of a sudden it opened up and then there was some sort of audio report telling you what was in the cupboard and what you could do in the cupboard. All you did was happen to move your eyes in that direction. That's what it's like using graphical user interfaces which include hover functions. 99 times out of 100, you don't want to see what's presented to you by these ridiculous hover functions. They're an abomination. And then there's the massive, excessive visual feedback. Flashing things, buttons that change shape, size. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like the developer is holding the user's face and saying, you have done this, I need to tell you that you've done this because you have no way in your stupid brain of seeing what you've actually done, even though you already should know it, you don't know it. It's so obnoxiously rude and insulting to the intelligence of the user. People don't need that. They've never needed it in the history of mankind, ever. They've never needed it. When people used to have VCR video players, there was no flashing thing telling you that you'd pressed play. You just pressed play, and you knew that you'd pressed play because your finger had gone onto the button and you'd pressed it. You knew where your finger was, the same as you know where your cursor is. I don't need to be told that the cursor is in a particular region on the screen. I can see where it is. I don't need that. If some morons need that, and I'm sure that they are in a tiny, tiny minority, let them opt into it. But no, the whole of humanity is treated as though we're all one big blob of stupidity by developers, because apparently they don't want to listen to mankind. They don't want to listen to the user. They want to treat the user as though the user is a pile of useless nonsense that has no brain. It's rude. It's insulting. Imagine if you were reading a book and every page you turned, it said, you are now on page 249. And when you moved your eye down each line, it said, you're on line 5. You're on line 6. Well, I know because I can see it. I don't need to be told it. I don't need a report on every single thing I'm doing. When I walk down the road, I know that my left foot is there in front of me, and then my right foot is there in front of me. I can see it. It's my body. I'm in control of it. Thank you very much. And the same is true of a user interface. But these people are coddling the user and over-helping them in the same way as let's say you went to a restaurant and the waiter, imagine if the waiter came to your table while you were eating and started cutting up your food and putting it into your mouth for you. It's insane. And this is the problem nowadays. This coddling, over-controlling, invasive, disgusting kind of intelligence insulting, independence undermining behavior by developers in this coddled, feminized, infantilized, liberalized joke of a world that we have now. It's ruined everything. Oh, you don't know this because you're stupid. We have to ram it down your throat, what you've already done. Even though you can see it, we have to treat you like you're stupid. That was never the ethos of computing, ever. The presumption was intelligence. And if you needed specific or particular help, then there were options you could opt into to help you. Oh no, now it's all opt out. And if you decide to opt out of anything, you are treated as though there's something wrong with you. It's an accessibility option. No, there's something wrong with you because you want to opt out of the coddled, controlled system of nonsense that's been created. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. This is a change that has to be forced by people. People just have to grow to reject this nonsense. Because it's all about control. There is a blindness between computing developers and the users that they are beholden to serve. And they're sitting there going, no, we don't need to listen to you. We are the masters. And they're not the masters. It's crazy. The master is the user and the developer of anything, whether it is an electronic product, whether it's a graphical user interface, whether it's a physical, tangible product, is always subservient to the user, the customer, the recipient of the service or product. They will always be, and they must never ever get the idea that they're in a superior position, and that's what's happened, and now we're dealing with this disaster. The extent of this is it's not merely a problem with computing. I'll give you an example. In the United Kingdom, in the last, 5 or 10 years, there have emerged 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, right, for drivers. Now, we've had 30-mile-an-hour speed limits all over the country in urban areas as far as I can remember, all right? And there's been no particular massive swarm of dead people because of it. 20-mile-an-hour limits throughout towns and villages, and I'm going to say the government has implemented it. No, it's part of a strategy to further this control and undermining of independence of people. It's for your safety, it's for your benefit, it's to try and control you, and that's what it really is. It's all part of the same thing. It's all about control. And this all began back in 2001 or thereabouts, when all of this nonsense happened in Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay? It was all, it doesn't matter what the people think. It doesn't matter. We'll just do it anyway. And we'll just, to hell with the people. And people didn't want that to happen. And they realised very quickly that their government had been hijacked by these New World Order scumbags. And people got angry about it, but they felt powerless because they were powerless. And that power has to be gotten back in the hands of responsible people. Not people who just want control to inhibit other people. People who actually want to help and develop other people. Who believe in the intelligence of people. Yes, a lot of people are kind of dumb, right? And they do follow. But don't encourage it. You've got to discourage that. You've got to give people responsibilities and expect that they will meet those challenges. That makes them better people. Don't take those responsibilities away and treat them like babies. When I look around myself in my country at the moment, I see a nation of babies, I don't know how to put it, sort of just shuffling around in sports gear wandering around the town like a bunch of moronic lemmings with no direction. It's a joke. I say that unreservedly. 99% of the population, if they turned around and looked at themselves in the mirror and really looked at what they look like, they'd be disgusted. They don't care about the way they look. They've lost their self-respect. And this has been done to them. It's actually not their fault. But the recovery is in their hands. And it's their responsibility. And they need to start recognizing what's been done to them surreptitiously, slowly, to try and weaken them morally and make them feel bad about themselves. The media, which has been stuffed into their eyeballs through these oversized, gigantic televisions, which is designed purely and simply to undermine their confidence, to make them all feel like dependent, controlled babies. And it's disgusting. It is a form of what I call cotton wool communism, and it has to be killed. It has to be killed dead. And the way to kill it is by freeing oneself, showing oneself the respect that one deserves, and showing it to others as well. You don't have to be perfect. But what you do have to do is wake up. Now we as a nation have to wake up. And I would suggest this is also happening in other countries too. We feel powerless in the United Kingdom. We are swarmed with foreigners. Swarmed with them. And there's no joke there. That is an absolutely true statement to make. We are swarmed with them. And we must not be, and we shouldn't be. We are a country of our own, and we're not a holiday camp for everyone in the whole world to just come in and do what they want in. Oh, but we need these skilled workers. We can train our own. It is a crime against our people that we're not training our own, and that is a fact. Any leader of this country must be training our own people to fill those positions, not just farming people in from overseas. It doesn't help their nations. They're losing all their skilled people. And we've got people sitting on their backsides who can do those occupations if they're trained for them. No, what's going on in our country is a crime. And I don't blame the government. It's the people who are behind the scenes, who are pulling the strings. And the way to defeat these people, the way to fix it, is by individuals actually waking up and taking responsibility for this country and pushing things in the right direction. We are all responsible for this country. Don't wait for the government to do it. Alright, that doesn't mean acting outside the law. It means doing what is right for yourself and leading other people. We need to start speaking up about this. It's been long enough. When I was 18 and I saw this New World Order nonsense begin to occur, I didn't know what I was looking at. Now I do, and I will not tolerate it. This is my country. I love my country. People are welcome to visit. Visit. We don't need more people swarming in. We don't need them. And they don't want to be here either. They would be better off in their countries, with their countries functioning properly. That's another issue. But we don't solve any problem by heaping people from other countries and cultures into our country. And it is affecting our culture badly. I'm incredibly uncomfortable with it, and I'm not the only one. It's a big problem. And it's caused by people who have, well, it's actually been caused by an intentional weakening of us. And it's not just our nation, it's happening in other nations too. This thing has to be rejected. And the way to reject it is on an individual level. We need leaders. We need people to start stepping up the way we were taught when we were young, to actually take charge and uphold standards in our society. We have to, we are responsible to, we are beholden to. We must fulfill this. Your country can't do it without you. You owe your country, and then your country will take care of you. Do whatever you can. But do what's right for your own country, and then we can recover this situation. I started talking about graphical user interfaces, but it's the divorce, it's the separation between parts of society, those who are in a position supplying a service or product, including governance, and the people. That separation has to be healed and fixed right now. And then we can start getting control again, and these New World Order scumbags can be pushed out of the picture completely, and we can get back control and have a country we can be proud of, and have systems and services we can be proud of. Tell me I'm wrong.